All right, presto magico. So I'm here swapping out the quote-unquote winter wheels. Winter being Southern California winter. It's not as cold anymore, so I'm gonna switch back to my 200 treadwear tires with the nicer wheels. So, while I'm doing this, I was looking at our brake system here. For those that don't know, on the Impreza, you can upgrade your front rotor size to be the same size as the Crosstrek's front rotor, right? Which is, I think, almost an inch larger, so more brake torque. So while I'm here, I actually want to take a look at these brakes and the brake pads, because I did notice a little bit of chirping, when I'm light on the brakes, kind of coasting into a stop sign or a stoplight. So I just verified on the other side. I think my pads, after 3.5 years, maybe 4 years now, are starting to wear down. And these are semi-metallic Project Mu B spec. They're sort of like a more aggressive compound. And I can tell that they're a lot more aggressive because of the edge here. There's like a slight lip, right? So I'm thinking maybe I replace the rotors, maybe not, but definitely the pads. And while I'm in here, just swapping out wheels, I wanted to do a little maintenance here. So here are the pads taken out. To do that, you just gotta remove these two little bolts, one here and down here, and then lay your caliper on something so it doesn't dangle and like stretch this this rubber hose here. All right, so now that the caliper is off, we got the caliper bracket here. Got our little slide pins, right? Make sure that those are nice and smooth. And you can tell now, I took out these pads, they're pretty worn after a few years of hard driving. And to be honest, I don't even brake as much as I think normal people do, because I typically use the transmission to downshift a lot and use the engine braking. But over time, semi-metallic pads I think wear out a little bit quicker than like a ceramic pad or something, right? But you're just going to get the better stopping power with semi-metallic pads. So we're going to be replacing these pads with some new ones. I've spared all of you from watching me install brake pads, even though it's kind of an interesting thing. But I did want to show the brake pads after they came out, because I was driving around with brake pads and they were kind of squeaking and squawking, right? And I was like, it's probably about time that these brake pads get replaced. Look how far down I've gone. That's pretty done, right? So I guess the signs were like, they only started squeaking not too long ago. And well, don't let them get this far down, right? Luckily I had the OEM brake pads just sitting around here. I didn't throw them out. So I put them back into the car, added a little bit of lube in there, and they're just as good as new, right? I will say that after a while of aggressive braking with those pads, there is a slight little edge or lip there and down on the bottom there. But after putting in the OEM pads back in, which have a lot of life on them, they don't squeak or anything, and there's no problem. So we just did a little brake test, a little drive around. So anyway, those are the front pads, guys. Like I said before, if you're gonna upgrade anything, upgrade the front pads. So for now, I have brake pads and I can stop without worrying about the squeaking and squawking. And as a safety thing, I have enough pad life on those things until we pick up a new set, right? And I kind of want to stay in that sort of spirited driving performance, like light track duty, like heavy aggressive street type of brake pad. So these Project Muse are B specs, are rated to 0 to 500 degrees Celsius, which is, I think, more than double the OEM brake pad, which is like 0 to 230 or so. So I have found that in the canyons, they do help quite a bit. Although they're really hard to get, but now that I have some extra time, I don't have to, rush deliver anything. Maybe I'll just take my time and order them from the right place. I was looking at a couple of other pads like WinMax W2s, and then also some EBC red stuffs or yellow stuffs. Those are a little aggressive, right? They have a higher mu rating, which is the coefficient of friction, higher than OE, right? So the initial bite is higher, but really all I'm looking for is the temperature rating. So I need to be able to handle like very high temperatures. But the amount of bite is just right on this car. So that's around a 0.32, 0.35 ish mu rating. And so these ones were about the same thing. And I think they get up to like 0.42 when they get nice and hot. So I'll be looking for some performance brake pads in the upcoming future. So let me know if you guys have any suggestions. Wheels have been switched out. Brakes have been checked. We know we got to replace those front pads. Maybe the rotors, but I'm probably going to see what happens with just new pads. And yeah, the car looks a lot different with the OEM wheels off and these OEM Plus wheels on. So we're going to go for a test drive and just see what the situation's like. All right.